Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are playing Zelda Wind Waker, getting started in what should be a very exciting entry into the series. So, of course, as usual, we are going to start by looking at our manual, and uh, right away, um, the art style in game looks very much like this, very different from what we've seen before, but uh, a very fun, bright art style. So let's get to the story here. Okay. All right, and hopefully I can read this okay on this screen. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, but the legend continues. Long ago, there existed a kingdom where a golden power lay hidden. One day, a man of great evil found this power and took it for himself, and with it at his command, he spread darkness across the kingdom. But then, just as all hope had died, a young boy, clothed in green, appeared as if from nowhere. Wielding a blade that repelled evil, he sealed the Dark One away and gave the land light. This boy, who traveled through time to save the land, was known as the Hero of Time. The boy's tale was passed down through generations until it became legend. And then a day came when a fell wind began to blow across the kingdom, and the great evil once again crept forth from the depths of the earth. The people believed that the Hero of Time would again come to save them, but the hero did not appear. What became of that kingdom? None remain who know. The memory of the kingdom vanished, but its legend survived on the wind's breath. On a certain island it became customary to garb young boys in green when they come of age. Clothed in the green of fields, they aspire to find heroic blades and cast evil down. The elders wish only for the youths to know courage like the hero of legend. Okay, and then we have some more on the other side. Overheard in Windfall Cafe. Even in my wildest dreams, I never could have imagined what happened to us. See, it all started when our leader, Miss Tetra, got kidnapped by a gigantic bird. We chased after that thing like mad at crazy speeds, and when we finally caught up to it, we gave it a cannon blast like you wouldn't believe. Of course, that was quite a ways south from here, yeah? Somewhere down near Outset Island. So anyway, when that bird drops our precious miss at the very tip top of the island, well, I went ashore in a hurry to look for the miss, yeah? And you know what? Miss Tetra didn't have a scratch on her. When I found her, there was this odd little kid dressed in green there, too. We met this postman on the island, and from what he told us, it was that kid in green who saved Miss Tetra. And apparently the bird that kidnapped Miss Tetra mistook this poor kid's sister for our young miss and kidnapped her instead. So this kid tells us pirates he wants a ride from us so he can go save his sister, yeah? Well, I was against the idea, of course, but as usual, Miss Tetra's whimsy won out. So you want to know how things turned out? Well, it's a long tale. So, interestingly enough, we have two introductions here. We have on the left-hand side, we have this legend from long ago, explaining why, how there was this battle between uh, good and evil, or a hero and a great evil, and why some kids on this island are dressed in green occasionally. And then on the right, we have a little bit less of a grand tale. It says overheard in Windfall Cafe, so presumably it's one of the pirates telling this tale after the fact, specifically, uh, presumably what's going to be happening in the game itself. So two different backstories here: the legendary ancient backstory and the kind of the immediate setup for the adventure, and two very different tones to it. So now let me see if I can switch over to the game. Hopefully, I've been having some issues with this disc, so hopefully it'll work all right. Okay. All right. getting there. Okay, yep, having some issues with the disk. Okay, it should work after I think a couple times. Um, hopefully it won't crash while we're playing the game, and I can this week I can try to see if I can get like a hopefully it's just like a scratch or something that I can get a disk repair kit and buff it out. Um, okay. Okay, no, it's okay. We're still getting an error. It was working not 20 minutes ago, and now for some reason it just doesn't want to work at all. In the meanwhile, while this is getting set up, I do have the a link to the manual there. Somehow seems to be getting worse than it was. Hmm. Well, if we can't get it working, this might be a pretty short stream tonight. Um, I do have some other alternatives that we can try. Like if this doesn't work at all, that I could set up for next week, but um, it would take a while to set it up, and I can't do it for the stream right now. So. Okay. Hmm. Give it another few tries and another few minutes here. Hopefully, we can get something out of it. Did I try taking it out and blowing on it? No, because it's not an NES cartridge or Super NES cartridge. Um, I think for discs you have to take it out and like just rub it with something that probably ends up scratching it more than it helps. So. What's interesting is it's not even getting as far as it was before. I was like just completely, it's not working at all. Okay, this looks like this might be working. Okay. Let's... Okay, hopefully the music's coming through. Let me know if I need to adjust it at all. Okay, sounds good. So, alright, first thing I noticed with the music, it's very, has a very nautical theme to it, like, between this and, of course, with the bright colors and all the sea imagery, like you can really, you can almost feel the wind and smell the salt air. Also, noticing the wind is depicted quite a bit, with all the little wind waves there. We noticed... Oh, yes it is. Stop lying. Okay, there we go. Okay. In the story, in the manual, it also mentioned the wind a couple times as well, so, which you might be able to guess from the title, Wind Waker. Wind will be a rather important theme here. But let's get... Okay. Okay, this is but one of the legends of which the people speak. Long ago there existed a kingdom where a golden power lay hidden. It was a prosperous land blessed with green forests, tall mountains, and peace. But one day a man of great evil found the golden power and took it for himself. With its strength at his command, he spread darkness across the kingdom. But then, when all hope had died and the hour of doom seemed at hand, a young boy clothed in green appeared as if from nowhere. Wielding the blade of evil's bane, he sealed the Dark One away and gave the land light. This boy, who traveled through time to save the land, was known as the Hero of Time. The boy's tale was passed down through generations until it became legend. But then, a day came when a fell wind began to blow across the kingdom. The great evil that all thought had been forever sealed away by the hero once again crept forth from the depths of the earth, eager to resume its dark designs. The people believed that the Hero of Time would again come to save them. but the hero did not appear. Faced by an onslaught of evil, the people could do nothing but appeal to the gods. In their last hour, as doom drew nigh, they left their future in the hands of fate. What became of that kingdom? None remain who know. The memory of the kingdom vanished, but its legend survived on the wind's breath. On a certain island, it became customary to garb boys in green when they came of age. Clothed in the green of fields, they aspired to find heroic blades and cast down evil. The elders wished only for the youths to know courage like the hero of legend. Okay, so we have a retelling of the story from the manual. A lot of similar phrases in there, but it's not actually a word-for-word copy, interestingly enough. Oh, Big Brother! No, those are seagulls. Very large seagulls. Big Brother! Probably don't need a telescope to see him from there, actually. I knew you'd be here. This is my favorite spot to gaze out at the sea. When I play with the gulls, I call it Errol's Lookout. So, do you remember what day it is today? It is Monday. It is streaming day. You're still half asleep, aren't you? Did you forget? Big Brother, it's your birthday. That's why Grandma has been waiting for you to come back to the house. She's been waiting for a while now. It's a good thing I came to find you. You should probably go home and see what Grandma wants, don't you think? I'm not sure why we decided to come up here to this hardwood lookout to just lie down and curl up and sleep and not. I think that'd be very uncomfortable. Okay, hurry up, Big Brother. Grandma is waiting for you back at the house. And I'm sure everyone else on the island wants to say hello to you, too. Oop, okay. No? Okay, there we go. Okay, I having to get used to the camera controls and everything here. Whoop. Okay, go off the ledge there. Can swim, that's good. Don't need to get any special items to do so. We don't want to keep Grandma waiting too long, but I do want to just kind of explore a little bit first. So the Watchtower is where we came from. The Forest of Fairies is up that hill. Here's somebody else's house. Oi, JJ48. What's that? What's that? Today is your birthday? Well, congrats, buddy. Are you that old already? Wow, time just flies right by, doesn't it? You blink and poof, there goes a year. Why, I swear I just cut the grass in this field the other day, but look how tall it's gotten already. Say, do you want to try cutting it? You'd be surprised at the things people drop in the grass. It's fun. It's like a treasure hunt. You're just trying to get me to mow your lawn for you, aren't you? Except you're going to need some kind of grass cutting tool if you want to cut the grass. That's just common sense, buddy. I should try that with my lawn instead of mowing it myself or paying someone else to do it. Just tell some neighbor kids, hey, it's like a treasure hunt. Oi, hey, is it true that if you just have a little courage and run as fast as you can, then you can jump to that rock out there? Huh? Is it? Is it? Tell me. Yep, sure looks like it. Not sure who dropped all these rupees here, but I'll take them. Wow, I hope I'll be able to jump like you someday. What are you doing here? I just saw a wild pig. Oh, see, look, that black one there. Don't you see him? This is perfect. My wife was just telling me how she really wanted a pet. You ready to go grab it? Now, you can't just run up on it. Pigs are too alert about their surroundings for you to just jog up and capture one. If you want to get close to one, you have to hold R to crouch and tilt to crawl slowly up behind it. Slowly. You could also distract it with bait, I guess. I don't have any bait. I don't see the pig. Where is the pig? Oh, that's probably the pig. Got the pig. Did you want the pig? I can't talk to you. How about if I just throw the pig at you? There you go. Remember, you can't frighten these oinkers. Hold R to crouch. Okay. Crawl up or use bait. Yeah, well, the pig's right there, and yeah, if you try to just go after it, it'll just run. So. Oh, happy birthday! Hey, did your sister Errol find you? She was supposed to tell you that your grandmother is looking for you. Speaking of your sister, she saw me at work the other day and said she wanted to learn to carry jars on her head like me so she could help your grandma with chores. Odd thing to want, but I guess she wants to be helpful, that's good. So if you see her, tell her that all she has to do is stand in front of a jar and press A to carry it. To put the jar down, she just has to press R. Can you tell her that for me? I don't know why you can't tell her. It's not like that's something that she needs to know right away. Oh, wait, press L right there and use A to talk to me. Okay, so this is the target talking. That's correct, you're a smart one. You, my friend, have just L-targeted me. You see, when you press L, you can target certain objects. I, for one, use it quite often to talk to folks who are far away from me. It's a little odd when they're trying to mix an explanation of game mechanics with actual, like, in-character speech. I'm trying to imagine what it would be like going around having to actually press A to interact with objects or talk to people, or press L to talk to someone. Like, I can't just speak to someone, I have to press a button first. Weird. Of course, even if there isn't anything around to target, you can press L to face forward, you know. It's quite handy indeed. There are a myriad of other ways to use L targeting as well. Quite an ingenious little thing, if I do say so myself. Of course, that's not the only trick in my bag, not remotely. I can teach you a few more things if you'll just climb up that ladder over there and drop by my room. Yeah, let's see what else you have to say. You're growing up, which means you're going to need as much wisdom as you can get from this point forward. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be dealing with the Triforce of Courage. And if you want to be wise, you must first know things. Now, I was born before you, so I know all sorts of things. Yes, I've been studying all manner of topics for many years now. Now, I can tell you're a smart lad. Lately, I've been thinking it's time for me to pass some of my wisdom down, and I think you're the one I'm going to pass it down to. Count yourself lucky, lad. Everything that you see tacked to the walls here is something that I've researched thoroughly, and before you ask, yes, I do know my filing system is odd. Organizational issues aside, however, it's all extremely useful information. You would do well to read it all very carefully. Reading leads to knowing, you know? Such a racket! Can't you keep quiet? You've knocked everything off my shelves, you dreaded hooligan. Honestly, the hooligan I'm referring to is my younger and much less intelligent brother who lives just downstairs. Haven't I grown up on this island? Shouldn't I, like, know you two and, like, the kind of antagonistic relationship you seem to have towards each other already? He hates studying. All day, every day, the lout just exercises and practices with his weapons. Does he exercise his brain? No. The brain's a muscle, too. I think. Anyway, the only thing he does study is the art of fighting. Right now, for instance, he's been studying fencing and whatnot. As if that's of any use to anyone. He simply doesn't know how to do anything besides exercise. I ask you, what's a brother to do? Here's your little loft up here. Okay, these were all the shelves that fell down. They were horizontal, and then they fell. I guess just the supports got knocked out. I was like, what type of stuff does he have? The energy of life. Okay. To be young is to know no limits to one's stamina. To become stronger, one must first know oneself. Okay. Hearts, life energy, perhaps a fancier way to describe it would be to call it a life gauge. As one experiences trials and hardships. Okay. However, if one is injured and takes damage, those hearts will decrease. At such times, it may be possible to replenish one's health by cutting grass and finding hearts. Okay, so all the game mechanics here. That lady said that picking up pots would, like, you just press A and then you can carry a pot on your head. The way Link's head is moving, I don't think I'm carrying it on my head. I think I'm just carrying it in my hands, holding it over my head. What are these pictures of? So we have flowers. Those, like, crabs, maybe, on the beach? Some palm trees. I'm sorry, I don't think very much of the photography here, I'm afraid. I guess it's just not my style. Yeah, we still need to go talk to Grandma. So. Kid, you really need a Kleenex. That is quite disgusting. Your grandma was calling for you, and so was my mom. Okay. Well, don't know who your mom is or where she is, so I guess I'll talk to Grandma first, and then maybe we'll be directed elsewhere. Okay, so there's a picture of Link and Errol. Another picture of Errol above the. I was gonna say fireplace, but I guess this is more of just that kind of a stove or oven. These bunk beds. Is this where Errol and I sleep? See, those pictures make a lot more sense. Like pictures of family. Oh, hello, Grandma. There's a picture of Grandma and Errol looking out for someplace, and all three of us. Yes. I don't know, Grandma, with your eyes looking so different, and with kind of the washed out coloring of the pictures, I almost mistook you for a pig in that picture. Sorry. But it's kind of a lot of empty space there. You'd think there'd be like some hooks or shelves or something to use some of that for more storage. Sorry, Grandma, did not mean to ignore you. I've been waiting for you. JJ48, try these on. Time certainly flies. I can't believe you're already old enough to wear these clothes. Oh, you can tell from Link's face that he's really looking forward to this. You got the hero's clothes. They look like they might be a little warm for this weather. Oh, good. Oh, don't look so disappointed, dear one. Just try them on. Today is a day to celebrate. It is the day that you become the same age as the young hero spoken of in all the legends. You only have to wear them for one day, so don't look so down. Be proud, child. In the olden days, this was the day boys were finally considered to be men. They were taught the ways of the sword to prepare them for battle with their enemies. But we don't live in such an age any longer. Our ways are the ways of peace. Nowadays, I suppose Orca is the only one on the island who still knows anything about swordplay. Hanging the family shield on the wall as decoration is another tradition that has been carried down from those days. Okay, we've got a Triforce symbol on there. Not really sure what that is underneath it. Maybe it's a bird of some kind. It almost looks like demonic the way that the wings are there and it's got horns or something. But that's probably not supposed to be the case. Does all this make sense to you? Isn't that nice? They suit you perfectly. A perfect fit. Well, tonight I'm going to invite the whole town over for your birthday party, so I'd better start getting ready, shouldn't I? Your grandma is going to make your favorite soup for you tonight. I just know you're looking forward to it. Now go get your sister Errol. Okay. So a couple things I did want to mention about the story, assuming we're not accosted by someone immediately after exiting here. Okay, good. Let's see, what was I going to say? Okay. One of the interesting things that we see with the story, there's a couple interesting things that we see so far, based on the legend that we're told, is you might recognize the legend that is told there is it's the story of Ocarina of Time. The Ganon arising, Link traveling through time to defeat him, and then of course when Ganon reappeared, Link didn't show up again because he had traveled back in time and stopped Ganon from ever doing that. So I guess maybe created an alternate timeline or something. But anyway, since he had traveled back in time, that particular story didn't have a link in it anymore. And this is interesting for a couple reasons. First of all, this is the first time in the series that we've seen a new platform, a new home console specifically, in this case the GameCube, have a new Zelda on it that is explicitly related to a previous Zelda. It's and not just kind of an Easter egg, or we're reusing some names or making some references or something. But I mean, here it's saying this is actually a story that happened long, long ago. So we have a explicit connection there. And then, furthermore, the fact that Link here is dressed in green because he's come of age, and on this island we remember this old tale, confirms or establishes something that had been a matter of discussion with fans prior to this game, of if the Zelda games are connected. That was one discussion, which this game seems to establish that yes, there is some connection with previous Zelda games. There was also a matter of, is there just one Link that has all these different adventures, or are there multiple Links? In this game, we explicitly have, or very definitely have, a different Link. We are not actually the hero of legend, the hero of time. We are dressed in green because we are remembering that legend. I mean, maybe you could make a case for reincarnation or spiritual successor or something, but I mean, we're not the same person. I'm rather concerned that my sister hangs out with gulls that are like the same size she is. Could very easily get hurt, or just like picked up and carried off or something. Ahoy! Did Grandma make that outfit for you? But wow, you look like you'd be way too hot in those clothes. Yep, tell me about it. Especially since on this entire island haven't seen any hint of air conditioning. I guess they're pretty neat though. So anyway, can you close your eyes and hold out your hand just for a second? I'm going to give you my most treasured belonging, but just for one day. Happy birthday. Wow. Link, at least say thank you before you hold it up and start. I guess it's good that you're excited about it, but I mean, come on, manners, dude. You got the telescope. This is your sister's most precious belonging. Treasure it dearly. Okay. Do it now and see what you can see. So, well, do you like it? I'm letting you borrow this special gift just because you're my big brother. Aren't you lucky? Oh, why don't you try it out right now? Try looking over at our house from here. Okay, so normally I can go to like first person view to look around, but I can also okay. Hey, what's that? Are you looking at the red post box? And are you using zoom in, because you should be? Oh, the postman looks kind of weird, doesn't he? Ah, the sky! Look up in the sky! Oh. Wow, and I thought the seagulls were large. Oh my. Oh, this is so terrible. That girl fell into the forest. She needs help. She fell from that height. She's probably dead. Uh, hate to break it to you, but it's too dangerous for you to go in there without something you can use to defend yourself with. Okay, well, I guess it would make sense that none of the adults on the island are going to do anything, so it's up to us. Okay, well, so we need something to be able to defend ourselves with. Let's maybe talk to Orca. So we were told that he knows how to fight, and maybe he'll have like something we can borrow. You're not carrying a jar anymore. Did you see what happened? What was that noise? It was awful. You'd better return home quickly. A sound like that can only mean trouble. You know what I'd do if trouble came my way? I'd throw rocks to fight it off. You could handle that, couldn't you? It's easy, just stand in front of a rock and press. Okay. You're all about just lifting things, aren't you? If you just want to set the rock back down, press R. Okay, so A throws it, R is if we just want to set something down. Okay. It's good to know the difference there. Especially if we don't want to break it, then that's how we said it. Okay, we'll talk to Grandma first because she recommended, the pot lady recommended going home, and Grandma might be scared if she heard the commotion. I just realized the symbol on our door is like an inverted Triforce. I'm not sure what to make of that. Oh, what's the matter? What's happened? Can I get the shield, maybe? Nope, okay. So there really wasn't much point to coming in here. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's always nice to see Grandma, but yeah, I'm kind of probably time is of the essence here to help the girl who fell, and Grandma didn't really seem capable of helping, so going in there didn't help us at all. Hi, do you have something I can borrow to defend myself with? Oh, what is the matter? You have an urgent look about you. Has something happened? Whatever it is from the look on your face, I suspect it is no laughing matter. What say you? Ah, have you come for some serious instruction in the way of the sword? Um, will you give me a sword if I have? Very good. Your first lesson shall be the horizontal slice. Face me and press B. Do not fear for my safety. I am ready for you. Good. Keep coming at me until you hear me say very good. I like how the music kind of have those notes going along with the sword strikes, indicating you can tell that you're getting multiple strikes in a row. Very good. Next is the vertical slice. Hold L to target me, then press B. Keep swinging. Not all of those were vertical, actually. Very good. Next is the thrust. Okay, so come at me. Thrust with the sword. Very good. Keep thrusting. Next is the spin attack. Hold B briefly to build strength and release it. I tried to do that. Very good. More. Keep it up. Next is harder. This is a parry attack. L target until you see A. Go all jagged, then quickly press A to perform a defensive strike. Very good. And again, L target and watch closely for A. Okay, I ran into something last time, so I didn't actually hit him. Now finally the jump attack. Draw your sword, L target, and press A. Come at me once more. That was a fine display. And yet I sense a certain anxiousness in the sword you hold, an eagerness that goes far beyond the mere desire to be wielded on the fields of battle. I do not know what has happened, but I have faith in you. Somehow I doubt you will misuse that sword. You may have it. I give it freely. Take the blade with you. Okay, thanks. Actually, there's a girl who needs help. Maybe you could help out. You seem very, very capable. Nah, you're right. I got it. Okay, we got the hero's sword. Use it wisely and carefully. You don't want to let down the kind old man who has entrusted it to you. Since the olden days, this sword has been used to fend off evil. Its blade is infused with the desire to become strong and righteous. Be strong. Wait, should I be righteous as well? It seems like that would be at least as equally as important. Yeah, I guess nobody else is doing anything. I'll just go help the girl by myself. There's the pirate ship that was shooting at the bird. No entry. The forest paths are closed until suspension bridge repairs are complete. Yeah, it's kind of an emergency. Yeah, I was right. This is nothing like a treasure hunt. This is just chores, cutting down grass like this. Although, admittedly, if cutting down grass with a sword were actually that easy, I probably would do it instead of with a lawnmower, just because it seems like it'd be a lot more fun that way. Yeah. No. I still need to go rescue. Fairy fountain sight ahead. Increase your fortune. Well, that sounds fun. Might have to do that after we rescue her. Oh, good. Her shirt getting caught on a branch broke her fall and kept her from breaking every bone in her body, I guess. You don't look friendly. Okay, I just want it known you attacked me first. I was waiting to see how it played out, and then you came at me. Fairy fountain site. This spot marks the remains of an ancient fairy fountain. The legendary hero was said to come here after battle so the fairies could ease his weariness. It was also said that whoever met with the great fairy who lived here was blessed with great fortune, so it came to be known as the Fountain of the Fortune Goddess. The enemy looked very Breath of the Wild. Yes, that is a bokoblin. I think we'll find out later. And I believe this is the first actual appearance of bokoblins. Um, so it's kind of the moblins went from being kind of standard enemies that are Link size in the NES games to being much larger creatures in Ocarina of Time. And in Breath of the Wild, I think they're also, if I recall, considerably larger than Link. So bokoblins kind of became the Link-sized enemies in the 3D games. Okay. And they're getting airdropped in. Well, that hardly seems fair. I mean, fortunately, these guys don't have weapons. Oh. Yeah, struggling, squirming around, probably not the best idea there. Ouch. Wow, what's with that getup? Well, whatever. So where am I? Oh, that's right. That giant bird came and... Miss Tetra! Oh, thank goodness you're safe. When I saw you get dropped on this summit, I thought for sure you'd... Summit? Does that bird drop me on the top of a mountain? Well, wasn't that nice of it? Well, don't just stand there. Let's go. Time to repay our debt to that bird in full. But miss, what about this boy? Don't worry about him. Come on. What, not even a thank you, or... Everybody in this game just seems rather rude. But maybe it's a cultural thing. Hey, big brother. Watch out. There's a gap in that bridge there. Also, there's a monstrous bird. Brother! Stupid kid, get a hold of yourself. She's gone. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, that is kind of odd that a bird flies off and your first thought is, okay, let me pull out a sword to try to fight it. Not very well thought through. Then again, I guess that shows why Link is generally associated with courage, not with wisdom. So, What? You want to come with us on our ship? Do you understand what you're asking? We're pirates, you know, pirates, the terror of the seas. What do we get out of bringing some helpless little kid along with us? I'll tell you what we get, a headache. I know how you must feel with your sister having been kidnapped and all, but that doesn't really have anything to do with us, now does it? And how do you figure that? Whoa, whoa, whoa there, just who are you? What do you get off, where do you get off butting in on someone else's conversation? Please, all I mean to say is that if you big bad pirates hadn't come to this quiet little island, that poor girl wouldn't have been snatched away by that bird. And just what do you mean by that? Just be quiet for a moment and I'll tell you. Now, as my work entails delivering letters, I spend much of my time traveling amongst the many different islands. As a result, I hear many things. Haven't any of you heard word that young girls have been getting kidnapped lately from all regions of the Great Sea? No matter, whether you've heard it or not, that seems to be the case. Young girls with long ears like yours have been getting kidnapped, never to be seen again. And unless my eyes fail me, the young girl who was just kidnapped from this island also has long ears, does she not? Much like you do, Miss Fearsome Pirate. My point is that the bird mistook that poor girl for you, and that's why it grabbed her. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was young JJ48 here who saved you from the monsters in the forest, wasn't it? Well, the monsters I don't think were necessarily... I'm not even sure if they were aware of her, but yeah, I fought them. Is that true? Oh, and while I'm... This guy's a postman, and he's just like dealing judgment there. Thinks just because his hair looks like a judge's wig, he can tell everyone what to do. I may as well tell you that the bird that kidnapped both you and JJ48's sister has made its foul nest to the north on the heights of the Forsaken Fortress. Well, that's convenient that you know that. The Forsaken Fortress? Isn't that the place where... So, what are you going to do? Under the circumstances, I don't think it would be unreasonable for you to give JJ48 a little help, now would it? I don't need you to tell me that. Even if I were to consider it, lately I've heard nothing but evil rumors about this Forsaken Fortress. You can't possibly mean to go there with nothing but that cheap little sword. That's not brave, it's stupid. You know Link so well at this point already. I mean, come on. Even a simple little island like this one has to have something you could use as a shield. You know, something to protect yourself with, anything. Tell you what, if you come back with something like that, we'll let you stow away on our ship. Oh, and one more thing. Once we leave, you won't be coming back here for a while, so you'd better go say goodbye to your family while you have the chance. I don't want you getting all weepy-eyed and homesick on me. Where'd you come from? Hey, a shrimplet. Are you going to be our new pirate swabby? Because any new swabby reports to me. Yes, this means I don't have to wash the other pirates' dirty underpants anymore. Is there another ship I can take to the Forsaken Fortress, maybe? 'Cause that doesn't sound very appealing. What about this other boat? I'm gonna have some artwork on the side here. Considerably worse view if I do that. Okay, so we have a guy, looks like holding a piece of fruit, maybe? Is it the same picture on the other side? Or is it something different? Okay, same thing over here. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's... Okay, let me use this as... All right, we're gonna see if we can get it working a little bit more, or if this is as far as we go tonight. Excuse me. Hmm. Okay, let's see if. I guess my big concern is did it save where we were? Okay, no, it did not. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. I think what I'm gonna have to do. Um, I will try this week to see if I can't clean the disk up a bit, get it working, um, get it working a bit better, get back to where we were. Shouldn't take too long if I'm not just talking to everybody. Um, and we'll try to do that for next week. If if for some reason I can't get the disc working, I'd like to play the GameCube version because it's how it was originally released. They made a lot of changes later on, but I do have Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, which I believe I have as a digital download, so shouldn't be corrupted. If I can't get the disc working, um, we can play that version instead. Um, but I think I'm gonna try to get the disc working first, and I think that would be preferable. But I'll work on that this week, and we'll we'll cut it short there tonight, and hopefully get it working better for next week. So, got a little bit of a start going. We got to see the intro. We got to see as much as was covered um, in the manual here, and so pretty much everything past this point, we're going to see the real story. So, with that, thank you for coming. Sorry, haven't cut it short. Um, I will not be streaming on Friday, but I should be back next Monday. So until then, have a good week and see you next time.